Hi, my name is Mike McAllister, and I am a owner of a rural ranch out here in Santan Valley, Arizona. And I'm here today because I am a no for incorporation. Um, Now, I'm not at all like a super tax professional. I am not a politician or anything. I am literally just an average voter. I'm not being paid to say any of these things. I am not doing this for really anything except that I do feel that I want to do a no for incorporating Santan Valley. I didn't used to be like this. I actually was a yes for incorporation a while ago when I was in a three-bedroom house in Johnson Ranch. Um, and I remember incorporating Santan Valley came up a few times. There was one time it came up, and the main reason that it came up was um, because Johnson Utilities at the time, now they're EPCOR, but Johnson Utilities was like the only place you could get water. And everyone thought if you incorporate, we could get better utilities out here. That's not a thing. And a lot of us found that out really quickly. And then again, after Johnson's Utilities kind of went under due to all the fraud and everything that occurred, the talk of incorporation was still there, but it wasn't as loudly spoken. Um, I think the reason incorporation is being brought up now is again to just kind of give more government controls. Um, but there are some things that I think a lot of people are getting completely wrong. So I wanted to show you from a business person, so someone who's in business, why we don't want incorporation, why we want to say no. And the biggest thing with that is taxes. So I'm going to break down with this lovely whiteboard, and you'll probably see emus and some of my animals behind me. They're going to help me out with this. But I wanted to show you guys like some of the tax breakdowns. So for anybody that's saying, "Oh, we're not getting a tax hike," there's not going to be taxes from incorporating. I'm going to show you how that's totally incorrect. There's going to be taxes. They're not saying it, and the reason they're not saying it is because they know that taxes, anytime you add more to taxes, you're going to lose voters very quickly. Taxes is like the death of votes. You have to wait to get everything approved, and then you can start introducing taxes. It happens in the federal government, it happens in city governments, it happens all over the place. That's just how taxes go. But I'm going to show you guys what it will more than likely look like if we incorporate. So the first thing is Arizona charges a sales tax. For Arizona only, it's 5.6%. Okay, that's all of Arizona. So 5.6. The revenue that you take in is charged here, and it goes to the state of Arizona. So Pinal County also charges a sales tax, and currently that rate, it actually was decreased, which is nice. It was decreased from 1.6% to now it's a 1.1% tax. That 1.1% is going toward Pinal County only. So a total of 6.7%. So when you buy something, you get charged a tax of 6.7% on everything that you buy. Now, here's the thing with businesses. Businesses can decide to absorb this 6.7% or they pass it on to the consumer. And the consumer pays 6.7%. So you know when you like go to the store and something's $4.99, you're going to also get charged an upcharge of 6.7% on that $4.99 item. So you're not paying $4.99, you'll pay like $5 something. Now, here's the thing with that. In Maricopa County, it's a lot different. So now we have Maricopa County, we have Arizona sales tax, so that's 5.6%. You have Maricopa's, which is 0.7%, and then they're going to charge a city tax. So we're just going to take Phoenix as a city. Phoenix charges another percentage on top of that. So this is all the taxes that goes into Phoenix being a city, and that is Phoenix's tax, and that's about 2.3%. Okay, 2.3%. So when you buy something in Phoenix, it charges you 5.6%. Because you're in Maricopa County, it can charge you another 0.7%. And because you're in the city of Phoenix, 2.3% is added on top of that. That gives you a total of about 8.6%. So 8.6% is what you're being charged every single time you buy an item. Again, companies can choose to absorb that. It's very unlikely for a company to choose to absorb that tax. So, what is it going to look like for Pinal County? Well, we don't know yet. They haven't set a number, and everybody thinks that if we incorporate, we're just going to distribute this 1.1% over to Santan Valley. That's not going to happen. It's still going to be us being charged 5.6%, which is going to all of Arizona. And then we're going to get charged 1.1%, which is going to all of Pinal. And then they're going to come up with another tax, just like this Phoenix tax here. My assumption would be anywhere between 2 to 3%. That's going to get added. And if it's another 2 to 3%, if it's 3%, we're going to be paying 9.7% sales tax on all the items you buy in Santan Valley. Everybody says this is a great thing. I don't see how it's a great thing. You're going to be paying more. And you say, well, my taxes are going towards something. I'm a person that is living paycheck to paycheck. Even though I own my own business, I can only afford within my means. So if you think that you can pay that extra percentage on everything you buy in Santan Valley, awesome on you. But there's a lot of people out here that cannot afford that extra tax increase. We are going to have a tax increase. You can decide if you are okay with that. If you're okay with a tax increase, incorporate. If you are not okay with a tax increase, don't incorporate. Vote no. I, for one, am not okay with a tax increase. For that, I am voting no. You guys can make your own decision. It's up to you. And everybody, the biggest thing is go vote. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are still undecided and they may not go and vote. Go vote. It's your patriotic duty to go vote. Doesn't matter which side you're on, go and vote. Another thing a lot of people are concerned about is they go other places to go buy things and they don't think businesses are coming out to Santan Valley because we're not incorporated. That's actually not true. We're actually getting businesses out here. There was a whole media press when the Home Depot was opened up and they're building all these different businesses in that little complex area of how excited they are to be out here. Businesses are going to come here. The reason people have to go to other places is because some of those businesses aren't out here. So you do have to go to other places. Incorporating isn't going to drive businesses in. They're already coming in. Businesses are going to go based on location. We always hear it. Location, location, location. If there are people out here, which Santan Valley is growing, guess what's going to follow? Businesses. I went to a fast food restaurant and I recently, and it was in one of the incorporated cities over in Queen Creek. I paid, I think it was like $17 for my meal, and or maybe like $17.30, something like that. The same exact meal over here in Pinal at Wendy's was only about $14. So again, that's a good difference. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but again, $3 adds itself over a period of time. Especially when you're buying more. Put it at $100. So $100, it's if you look at $100 at 6.7%, that means you're getting charged $6.70. But if let's say we add again, like how Phoenix is 2.3, so now this is at a 8.9%. Well, now you're being on the $100. You're being charged $8.90 instead of $6.70. Again, it adds itself up over time. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but it does. And again, in today's economy, I don't want to. I every penny counts. Every penny counts right now. And yeah, that's why I'm voting no.